Okay, the next thing we are going to talk about is the rectilinear propagation of light. The rectilinear propagation of light is the phenomenon that states that light travels only on a straight line. So which means when light shines on an object, it does not bend round the object, but it travels straight. It is either it penetrates the object or it doesn't penetrate the object. So this means that light travels on a straight line. That is what we call the rectilinear propagation of light. Now, this rectilinear propagation of light has a very important effect, and this effect is called the shadow. Let us take a look at what the shadow is. Before we take a look at what the shadow is, we have to know what opaque bodies are. We have three types of bodies with respect to the way light penetrates these bodies. The first one is the transparent. The transparent bodies are bodies that allows light to penetrate through them easily. For example, glasses, clear water, and so on and so forth. So we can see that these objects allows light to penetrate through them. The second one is the translucent body. The translucent bodies are bodies that allows light to penetrate through them, but not as easily as the transparent bodies. For example, the pages of our papers. You can see those ones, when you shine light on these pages, lights do pass through them, but not as easily as transparent bodies, not as easily as they pass through glasses. So we call those bodies the translucent bodies. And finally, and most importantly, the opaque bodies. Opaque bodies are bodies that does not allow light to pass through them at all. For example, we have the walls, human being as an object, we have the wood, and so on and so forth. These bodies does not allow light to pass through them, and hence these bodies are used to study the effect of rectilinear propagation of light, and that effect is called the shadow. What is a shadow? Shadow is the darkness that is formed when light shines on an opaque body. Now we know that light does not penetrate an opaque body, and hence when light shines on them, they cast shadows, and this is because of rectilinear propagation of light. So we have two types of shadows. We have the umbra and the penumbra. We take a look at them one after the other. The umbra. Umbra is the part of total darkness of shadow. So as we already know, shadow is divided into two, the umbra and the penumbra. So to talk about the umbra, we'll say the umbra is the portion or region of total darkness. This umbra is formed mainly when the source of light is smaller than the opaque body in question. So when source of light is smaller than the opaque body, the shadow that is going to be casted is going to be the umbra region. As you can see from this diagram, this is the source of light, the opaque body, and the umbra region. And the opaque body is now bigger than the source of light, hence it produces only the umbra region. The second one is the penumbra region. So secondly, we have the penumbra. The penumbra region of shadow is called the portion of partial darkness. Portion of partial darkness. This penumbra region is formed when the source of light is now bigger or larger than the opaque body in question. So when this happens, you're going to get an umbra region. As you can see from this diagram, we have an umbra region here, and all these regions are penumbra region, and this is caused by the source of light being larger than the opaque body. So we say we have two types of shadow, umbra and penumbra.